Good evening, everyone. Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Catawba Coaches Show. I'm Ken Anderson. I'm joined by head coach Tyler Haines as usual. I want to thank all of you in attendance tonight, all those listening out there on Morais Radio. We especially want to thank the folks here at City Tavern for hosting again this week. Their excellent wait staff taking care of everyone tonight. And also we want to thank Novant Health, a proud sponsor and supporter of Catawba Athletics. Novant Health offers same-day and walk-in appointments for injuries at select orthopedic clinics. Learn more at novanthealth.org/ortho now. And, Coach, I know you got a lot of thank yous and shout-outs to give out, so go ahead.
Yes, please. Thank you. I'd like to thank President Nelson and family for being here. Thank you to Vice President of Athletics, Michelle Cadigan, and the entire athletics department. Thank you to the Dees family and the entire development office. Thank you to the Graham family, the 1851 Collective, and everyone associated with that important initiative to support our student athletes. Thank you to Novant Health, as you said, Ken. Thank you to my family for being here and just getting off some volleyball wins. We got a lot of big things going on campus this weekend. It's starting today, so we're looking forward to it. We had the day of service. We have over 100 football players in the community today doing a wide variety of things for the day of service, so that was really special. Thank you for the Board of Visitors being in town. Today we remember 9/11. Tomorrow is the day of giving, and we're going to talk about all these things, but we got a big game coming up Saturday for our program. I'd just like to thank everyone for being here in attendance today and everyone listening online.
Well, certainly a lot of things going on here at Catawba College. And, Coach, let's recap last week's game. I know that's something you probably don't want to talk a lot about. The tough afternoon up at Emory and Henry took it on the chin, a road loss, but a lot of the problems were self-inflicted in that game.
Yeah, we started a little funky with two special teams issues that we've got to get corrected. It's 2 weeks in a row where special teams have really hurt us. Unfortunately, we had a dropped punt inside the 10, and no one feels worse than that kid. And to see him come over the sideline after he's caught thousands of punts throughout camp and throughout the early season, to see him drop that felt unfortunate for him. They immediately scored a touchdown. The next time we get the ball, we punt. You always hear the old adage of you out-punted your coverage. We literally did that. He punted a 55-yard punt. We didn't cover well. So before you know it, you're in a 14-0 hole. When, look at getting toward halftime, they really didn't do anything on offense. We scored a touchdown. Should be up 7-0. Unfortunately, down 14-7 going into halftime.
And then you were able to fight your way back a little bit, but you were unable to sustain some drives or complete some drives. Was there anything that the Emory and Henry defense did special to limit those runs or with their coverage in the secondary to limit your offense?
They're a good football team. We did not play well. We probably played a C game overall, and you can't do that and beat a 9-2 team. I think they're probably a playoff team. It was an even talent-wise, so they outcoached us, outperformed us. Offensively, we were a little stale. I don't think our quarterback played well. He didn't take what the defense was giving him. They do a lot of what we call drop 8, dropping a lot of guys into coverage, and you've got to be willing to take the underneath stuff. And we weren't able to do that. We didn't quite win the line of scrimmage like I thought we would. We ran the ball decent, but not enough.
Now, positively on the defensive side, you limited them to 46 yards total in the first half. They were set up by those two special teams miscues. Then the second half, you were still able to contain their top running back, Jordan Jackson, who was the player of the week before, but quarterback Charles Mutter caused some problems for you with his running.
Yeah, our Coach Overman, defensive staff, did a really good job planning on stopping, and our players, great job on the defensive side, stopping that running back, like you said, had 240 yards or whatever he had. We held him to 20-something. They adjusted. Their quarterback's a senior. He's a gamer. He's a winner. And they put the ball in his hands, and he made some things happen. So I don't know it was so much what they did, but their kid rose to the challenge. We missed a couple tackles. He made some plays.
Now, you were only able to force one turnover that came on a sack fumble by Alex Evans, and Braylon Baker recovered the fumble, but that came a little bit too late in the game. Did you work on anything in practice this week to maybe try to force some turnovers more on defense?
Every drill, every play. That's what we do. We have turnover circuits. We have ball security drills from the offensive perspective. Everything we do is geared around taking care of the football and creating takeaways on defense. So the turnover battle was actually even. You have a drop punt by us. Our offense didn't turn the ball over. We create one. You take that punt return away. You win the turnover battle. You probably win the game. So, yes, we always have intent to take the ball away.
Now, Preston Brown has still been pretty efficient on offense. I think he's second in the conference in passing efficiency so far this season. but they kind of limited Bo Pryor on Saturday. Did you do anything special to take him out of the game plan?
Again, their defense is drop 8. So, Bo is very fast. Everybody's seen him play, knows how fast he is, how explosive he is. So what they do is they back off and keep him in front. And what we needed to do was create more efficiency, more little hitch routes, 5-yard routes for Bo. He should have had 10 catches. He had 3. So we need to do a better job of getting him the football in space, whether it's check downs or whether it's taking the top off the defense. We need Bo to be more involved.
Now, coming off a tough road loss, what was the mood in practice like this week?
We had the best Tuesday practice we've had in the last 3 years I've been here. Tuesday is our full pad practice, our heaviest practice. We don't, tackle live in those scenarios, but it's pretty much that. So really proud of our guys for a really good Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday was good. And we have, tomorrow morning is a real indicator for me of how locked in we are at 6 in the morning to run around fast for 1 hour.
All right, Coach. So we're looking forward to a big performance at home again this week against UVA Wise. And right now we're going to talk to a couple of your key defenders out there. We're going to bring up number 9 is Nigel Gay, the defensive back. And number 41 is Jalen Hinton. They're going to join us here on the Coaches Show. And we'll talk to Jalen first since he's the elder statesman of the two here. He's been at Catawba the longest. He is in his 3rd season at Catawba. He's a junior out of Irmo, South Carolina, played at Dutch Fork High School for legendary North Carolina coach Tommy Knotts.
Yes, sir.
And what was it like to play for Coach Knotts, and what did he do in particular to get you ready to play college football?
It was hard. I'm going to be honest. He ran his program like a college program, and it prepared me. It was an easy transition from high school to college, and I've been so grateful and blessed to play under a coach like that.
Now, your first season was cut short due to injury. You were having a pretty good season with 26 tackles and 4 tackles for loss at that point.
Yes, sir.
What was the off season like, dealing with that injury to get ready to come back the next season?
It was another hard process, but, Catawba family, the coaches, the staff, my teammates, they were all behind me, and I put in the work and the effort to get back, and it's been great.
And then last year, got to play in all 10 games, 62 tackles on the season, 5 tackles for loss, really playing at a high level out there. And you're picking up right where you left off last year, 13 tackles already through the first 2 games, 8 tackles last week against Emory and Henry.
Yes, sir.
What's been the key to your success so far this season?
Just doing my part, being a part of the defense and doing my job. You can't ask for more than that, so just do my job.
Now explain to us, I know the linebacker spots, they have a Will and a Mike, and I think Evan Simons plays a position called star.
Yes, sir.
Which of those positions do you play, and what are the responsibilities of that position?
I play Will, so I'm on the short side of the field, so it's a little down and dirty. You get to hit a lot more. You're playing in less space. You get to make more plays, get to rush off the edge, and play some more coverage. So it's a great position. I love it.
So do you have, are your main responsibilities run containment, and then occasionally get after the quarterback, or are you always going after that quarterback and leave the run up to somebody else?
We're gonna play the run first. Got to play the run first. We'll go get the quarterback later. We stop the run, we're going to get to the quarterback.
Now, what's it like in meetings and at practice with your linebacker unit, you and Evan Simons and Jai Favor? What's it like playing with those other 2 guys?
Oh, it's great. They're fun to play with. We're always competing against each other. We're having fun. We're flying around. So, yeah, I've been blessed to play with those 2 guys, and it's been awesome.
And Jalen, what are you majoring in, and what are your future plans down the road?
I'm a nursing major, and I want to be a pediatric nurse when I, graduate from Catawba.
Okay, see, might have some connections, get you hooked up with Novant Health here.
Oh, come on. I like that.
Okay, now let's flip over here. Nigel Gay is a defensive back out of Kernersville, North Carolina, played at East Forsyth High School. He's in his sophomore season. And Nigel, your teams at East Forsyth were pretty successful. You didn't lose too many games there in your junior and senior years. What was that experience like for you?
The experience, I would say, was very fun, but at the same time, it was very strict. It was ran like a college, so to speak. But we had a lot of success, and I'm blessed to be in such a program that kind of developed people to play in college instead of the high school area.
So any particular things they did to help prepare you to get ready to come to college?
They wanted things did right. They wanted things done to a a certain standpoint to where we didn't mess up on Fridays. And I think putting those things on tape really helped me get recruited, and that's why I'm here.
Now, last season, you got to play in all 10 games. You 15 tackles, pretty active back there in your role in the secondary. But this season, you've kind of taken over 12 tackles already in the first 2 games, 6 in each game. Are they picking on you back there due to your size a little bit, or what's been the key to your success so far this season?
So I hit the offseason pretty hard. I gained about 10 to 15 pounds. That was one thing that I really wanted to do for my body-wise, and I got that right. I kind of mentally matured even more than I did last year. I had to grow up a little bit playing as a freshman, of course. But my sophomore year, my coaches told me that I was going to have a bigger role in the defense, and I embraced it. And the fact that I embraced it, not only on like the field level, I'm a leader off the field as well, and that's been the key to my success so far.
Now, I know you guys classify your positions at the corners as a boundary corner and a field corner. Explain which of those positions you play and what are your responsibilities out there.
Okay, so I play boundary corner. Boundary corner has to guard the short side of the field, which also tends to have more action on that side. So that's why I have more stats than probably our field corner right now. It just tends to have more action than the field side.
I think Coach Haines explained it to us last year. That particular position, you need to have your quickest corner back there because the ball gets there in a hurry and things happen in a hurry. So you got to have somebody with extreme quickness to make those plays.
Yes, sir. You have to be reactive. You have to play a man. You have to play the run. You have to play the ball sometimes. And I'm here for it. I'm ready to embrace it.
Well, Nigel, looking at stats, they've only credited you with 1 pass breakup, but you've been making plays all over the field out there. I know you've broken up more than 1 pass. Do you actually have to get your hand on the ball to get credit for that, or how do they keep track of that?
Yeah, so I've had my hand on the ball more than just one time, I feel like. But there's 9 games left in the season. There's more plays to make, but I feel like I definitely have more than just 1 pass breakup. But you can pull up the tape if you want to, but I'm not going to.
I can attest to that. He's made plenty of plays out there in the secondary.
But I'm not going to worry about it. There's, 9 games left in the season plus postseason because that's where we want to be, and I'm not worried about 1 or 2 more pass breakups on the stats.
So, Nigel, what are you majoring in at Catawba, and what are your future plans?
So I'm majoring in psychology right now. I plan on doing something sports-related in the psychology field, or I've been dabbling more into sports medicine as well. So I have time to decide, and I'm going to make a decision soon.
Okay, before I let you guys go and get to another part of our show, I want to ask you, so far, this is Coach Haines' 3rd season for you,
yes, sir.
Jalen Hinton, and for Nigel, it's your 2nd year. Are things more intense? Are there more expectations from the coaches during practice and in your performances? Or how have things gone here as Coach Haines gets further along in his coaching tenure here at Catawba?
I wouldn't say it's just an expectation for the coaches. It's an expectation for the team leaders from this community. We know how good we are. We know how good we can be. We know we can win games, and we're hungry. We want to win these big games, and we're hungry, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna win. So I'm ready.
Nigel, how about for you?
For me, I feel like it has been way more intense than last year. Last year, we felt like that we was a very talented team that could go far, but the problem was I don't think everybody was bought in. This year, everybody has been bought in way, way more, and that's something that I can appreciate on the offensive side, the defensive side, special teams. Coaches look way more locked in, and I can appreciate Coach Haines and everybody on that staff. We've done a very good job bringing in a great group of young men. Our freshmen have been great. Our transfers have been great and brought in. So I think this is the year that we make that push.
All right, so we'll be looking for good things for you guys out on the field Saturday night against UVI-Wise. Best of luck to you Saturday and the rest of the season.
Let's go get this win, for sure.
Jalen Hinton and Nigel Gay. Now, as you know, there are plenty of things going on at Catawba besides athletics. Of course, college, academics, the facilities. And here are 2 of the people that make it happen behind the scenes, working, of course, Dr. David Nelson, the president of Catawba College, and Meg Dees, the vice president for development, and they're going to join us here to talk about some of these special things that are going on. And Dr. Nelson, we'll start with you. And one of the big things coming up on Saturday is the kickoff for the campaign launching that is called Where Our Good Goes. And it's going to be the most ambitious fundraising program to date. And tell us a little bit about the kickoff coming up on Saturday and what this fundraising program is all about, what this campaign's about.
Yeah, so I have the privilege of working with the best vice president for development in the nation, and it's her and her team. So that's Meg Dees and her team who have brought us to this point, and we're going to launch publicly with them Saturday. So I'm going to turn it to Meg and let her tell the details on this.
Well, we're thrilled. We've been in a quiet phase of a campaign for a couple of years now, and we're excited to take this campaign public on Saturday. And we're playing off of our good word. You know, we've talked a lot about Catawba, and the theme of this campaign is Where Our Good Goes. So we're really excited to share with folks some of the wonderful gifts. We have some very exciting announcements to make on Saturday, so everyone should tune in and join us at 1 o'clock in Keppel Auditorium for those announcements. And we really want to invite people to be a part of this campaign. This is a big deal for Catawba. We have incredible projects happening, new dorms being built, dorms being renovated, athletic facilities. We have a lot of wonderful academic and scholarship initiatives as a part of this campaign. And we want people to come be a part of it and see where their good goes. And you just saw two of our great students who were talking, and we're just really excited to bring this to the community and to our alumni and our faculty and staff.
Now, you have mentioned, and I read this in the paper today, that philanthropy has always been at the heart of Catawba College. And this campaign is about more than buildings and programs. It's about people and things that you can do to provide them opportunities. Tell us a little more about that.
Yeah, philanthropy, right? It's the love of people. That's what the word means. And every person, we have so many generous givers at Catawba, extraordinary givers. And it's easy for people to see so much construction, you know, over $90 million worth of construction going on, rehabilitating the campus, and nearly, I think, $150 million over the last few years. All of that debt-free, by the way, which is amazing. And that's just the generosity of people, but they're not giving to build bricks and mortar. They're giving to build the lives of people, like the students we see here tonight and the students all over our campus.
So let's talk about, you mentioned all the things going on. Let's talk about athletics and the campus culture. Now, athletics are clearly thriving at Catawba College right now, but beyond those wins and championships, how do you see your student athletes cultivating that sense of community and character that define the Catawba experience?
One of my favorite things to do when I take people around campus is get them over to the athletic facilities and let them see the banner that says #Catawba Culture. And you know, our ideal is scholarship with character and culture at the college, and that's an aspect of that Catawba ideal that's been around for a long time. And listen, these student athletes are excellent competitors on the field, but they also excel in the classroom. They are truly student athletes, and they exemplify the with character and culture. They're leaders in campus life. So our SGA president, right? So Jaden Martin is a football player, a wonderful leader on our campus. But everyone at Catawba College is there to help form the lives of students. And that's what we do. And so in the end, that kind of athletics culture starts at the top. And I have to just give credit to exceptional coaches and staff. They know what they're doing, but they also care about these people, these young men and women. They form their lives. And just have to say, all of that begins at the very top with our Vice President of Athletics, Michelle Canigan, who not only is stellar at what she does, but she's just a brilliant human. Yeah. Cheers to her.
So, Meg, let's talk a little bit more about this campaign. We mentioned about people. Some of the key points there. You want the students to discover their purpose. You want them to pursue their passions. And maybe most importantly, you want them to go on and make a lasting difference somewhere. So expound a little bit on those aspects.
Well, I think that, you know, this campaign is all about the impact that our event, is that?
A little closer.
Okay, sorry. This campaign is all about the impact that it has on our students. And at the end of the day, we want our students to go out in this world and do good and be really good people. We have a lot of great alumni with us here tonight, and these guys who graduated years ago are back here giving back to their community and their college and their institution. And they are great examples, and we just want to continue that. So we want this campaign to provide resources for scholarships and for buildings and for academic programs and things that are going to help make their experience at Catawba something so special that when they leave, they're going to take Catawba with them out in whatever they do, wherever they go.
And then one thing we mentioned the campaign, it's entitled Where Our Good Goes.
Yes.
And another thing that's happening here tonight, a good turnout coming up tomorrow, the Day of Giving.
Yes.
And the impact that has on your campus. Tell the listeners and our audience here, what can they expect, and how does this community-wide commitment continue to transform those opportunities for students?
Well, Day of Giving is a wonderful opportunity for people to give to Catawba, whether you're an alum or you're a member of this community or you're faculty or staff. We really want to encourage people to give, and it's not the amount you give, it's the fact that you give. And we want you to give to what you're the most passionate about, whether it's an academic department or whether it's a specific program. So we encourage you to visit our website, come to campus tomorrow between 10 and 2 and be a part of the excitement. But this is such a great activity for our students, because one message we want to give to our students is everything that is at Catawba is because of those people who came before them and the gifts that they have made. And we want our students to start to give back to Catawba. We want them to realize that maybe you don't buy a cup of coffee this week and you give us $5, but we want to start that understanding of philanthropy and why it is so important. And then we want to encourage our community and our faculty and staff and our alumni to make a gift. And it builds on itself. We've had great successful years. I think this is our 6th year of Day of Giving. Our goal is to get 1,300 donors. We're focused more on the number of donors than on the amount. I want to give a quick shout out to the development staff, because Erica Taylor and Mindy Miller and the rest of the team have done extraordinary work. And I'm just so proud and excited to see all that they've done too.
Okay, so one question that's probably pretty important. If someone's listening right now and they want to make their first gift to Catawba, why should they do that?
Because they should be a part of what is happening in our community. Catawba College is such an important part of the Salisbury-Rowan community, and I would love for every person that lives here to recognize that we would be in a very different community if Catawba did not exist. And we want them to be a part of it. We want people to understand that they can give back by making a gift, but it's also a resource for them. They can come to the football game. They can come to a basketball game. They can come to a play or a concert or lessons and carols. So we want the community to realize that we're really a great partner for them and a resource in so many ways.
I'm glad you set it up that way, because Dr. Nelson, the last thing I want to ask you about is the Salisbury partnership. Catawba and Salisbury have this incredible connected relationship. Can you talk about how that partnership drives real results for both your students and the local community, and why that matters for the future?
And Meg just said that this community wouldn't be what it is without Catawba College. I don't think Catawba College would be what it is without this community of Salisbury-Rowan County. Catawba was founded in 1851 up in Catawba County in Newton, but 100 years ago, in 1925, came to campus. In fact, the anniversary of the first day of classes 100 years ago in Salisbury is this Sunday on the 14th. We're gonna celebrate all of that this weekend. And just think about this. Today is our day of service. Our ideal is scholarship with character and culture for service. Today, over 600 Catawba students, employees out in the community serving. We want to be good neighbors to everyone here. We have students who live in communities. We have some of those neighbors here tonight. I think they'll tell you our students are good neighbors to them. We have shuttles going around this community, the Catawba Go, the EV vehicles transporting people around here. But I think about the future. I mean, these students are our future, and I think about Salisbury, and for Salisbury-Rowan County to thrive, we need good K-12 schools. We need good health care. We need a thriving business community. We need quality streets and sidewalks. We need greenways. We need good city and county leadership, and Catawba College is helping students to imagine the kind of world that we all want to live in and help to make the world more like the place we all want to live. That partnership can't be replaced.
Well, thank you, Dr. Nelson and Meg Dees, for joining us here on the Coaches Show. And I think you'll all agree we're in good hands with the leadership here at Catawba College now and for the future. Thank you again for all you do. Now let's bring Coach Haines back up here to close things out as we get ready for a big game on Saturday against UVA Wise. Again, we'll have coverage on Memories Radio if you can't make it out to the game. Kickoff is at 6 p.m. We'll be on the air with pregame coverage starting at 5:30. And, Coach, let's talk a little bit about this UVA Wise team. They had a tough loss at home against Newberry. So they're coming in with a conference loss as well. So that's going to be a hungry team as well. What kind of problems does UVA Wise pose for your team?
Well, before we worry about UVA Wise, we're really focused on us. You know, we've fixed the corrections, put a lot of emphasis on things we can grow from week 1 to week 2, now into week 3. So the focus this week has been on us. They're a very capable team. They, they're good up front. They run the ball well. They were in like you said, a very good game against Newberry in a rainstorm. So they've been tested, and not really worried about them. I'm focused on us, and I expect us to come out, play well, play hard, and represent Catawba well.
Now, one thing to point out, their defense so far has been pretty stout against the run. They've outrushed their opponents 406 yards to 98 in the 2 games. You mentioned that your offensive line, one of the top units on your team, so that's going to be one of the battles to watch for in this ballgame, isn't it?
It is. The 2 teams they have played are not us. They are spread, throw it around all over the place. So I don't know that anyone's really tried to run against them, but their strength of their defense is definitely their front 7. Their weakness is the back half, so I expect us to still establish dominance up front, still run the football, but we will need to win down the field, and our quarterback, Preston Brown, needs to play well, and he will.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned that because I always tell people when you look at statistics, you have to know what they mean. You have to know the meaning behind them. So you point out those teams don't run the ball well. They spread it out and throw it. So, yeah, that helps make those statistics look as they do with their impressive run defense. Now, you mentioned Preston Brown being efficient. Is there anything that he's been working on to maybe even improve? I mean, he was perfect, 11 for 11 in week 1, so it's hard to criticize that. But still very efficient last week. But what is he still working on to get better in his game?
Yeah. He got hurt, and I'm going to keep talking about last year and this kind of stuff, but he got hurt week 3, so he really hasn't played quarterback for a calendar year. Went against Ferrum week 1 and played well and only had to throw the ball 11 times. This game, we needed him to play well, and I think there was a little bit of rust there, and I think, throughout that game and into this week, he's knocked that off, and it's time to get back after the old Preston Brown in terms of being the best quarterback in the conference.
Now, speaking of injuries, we didn't see Kevin Leyland after his great week 1 performance. What happened to him, and how's your team health-wise going into this week's matchup?
Yeah, Kevin did a great job on this show. Obviously played great week 1. He will be okay. I don't know his status for this game, but it was a sprained ankle. And anybody in here that's ever done that before, he's a skilled guy that runs really fast. And if you can't cut off your ankle, it's kind of tough. So he's a tough kid. He's a good one. He's going to be back out there for us. Just a matter of when.
So as you get your team ready and you look ahead to this game, what are going to be the keys for Catawba to come out with the win on Saturday night?
Special teams first. We have got to win the special teams battle. It's going to be a close game. We have got to be efficient on offense. We've got to, as you brought up, we've got to create takeaways. The quarterback, as a senior, he's good. When I watch their quarterback, I see him play really, really well or really, really bad. If you get to him, he'll make mistakes. If he's comfortable, he's one of the best in the conference. So create takeaways, take care of the football, play Catawba football like we know we can. We've got to play with confidence. This team, you heard Nigel and Jalen, great ambassadors for our program, great kids, good players. They're the leaders of our team, and I need those guys to play with confidence because they're the better team, and Saturday we're going to show the world.
Now, Coach, fans might be surprised to know UVA Wise only joined the conference in 2019, and there's only been 3 meetings between the teams. Catawba is looking for their first win over this UVA Wise team.
Saturday sounds good.
I thought you were going to get it last year when you were driving for a potential winning score at the end of the game, but bogged down. Think we're going to flip the script on Saturday night?
Yes.
So I know you like to get everybody fired up to close the show out. So let's get things going and get everybody pumped up and close out the show in our usual fashion.
Yeah. I know Gary's not here, but if I didn't do this, I'd never hear the end of it. So thank you all for being here. Saturday's big for us. Thank you for all the community and everybody, everything going on at Catawba. We're just so thankful to be a part of it. Cat U on 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for listening. We'll have coverage Saturday night, pregame at 5:30, kickoff at 6 p.m. from Shuford Stadium. Good night, everyone.